Alright, listen up, pussy fart. It's boot camp up in this bitch. You guys are constantly in my comment section asking for tips and tricks. And Raider, what's your sensitivity? Raider, can you make educational videos on how to play support? So I said, why not? I finally decided to make a VOD review series where I flame you dumbasses and don't sugarcoat anything. So first things first is, how do you submit a VOD? You submit a VOD by joining my Discord. Link to that will be in the description. Once you are in the Discord, you scroll down to where it says VOD template. You fill that out, put the replay code in, and then you want to paste that in the channel below where it says VOD review, and that is how you submit a VOD. Now I am only going to review support VODs. Also, it has to be a game where you felt you could not do more. Why do I do this, you may ask? Because most likely your ass could have done more and you're just deflecting the blame. Doing it like this also gives me the green light to flame your dumbass however I want, because by submitting a VOD you're basically saying that in this gameplay I did everything I could to help my team win. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, this one's from the homies Sweetie or Deranged. So they play Ana and Bap, and in the submission they said they're gold 3 but they deserve diamonds. So let's get into the VOD and see if it's fact or cap. Alright, so first thing we're gonna look at is the team comp, and it is Ana the play. Now I would have gone Mercy here because you have a main healer for your tank. Most likely both of you guys are probably just gonna stand main heal botting your diva. But as you see, they have an Echo without a pocket, so the best thing to do would be probably to enable your hit scan, which you can do by going Mercies. Okay, first mistake I saw in this VOD, Deranged, is that you were 1v1ing a Genji and did not ping him. As support, you are going to get flanked all game. So if you don't have your ping bound or you're not talking in game chat, how are your teammates going to know to peel for you? And what you want to do is bind the one that says enemy, because even though it says enemy, it has other uses too. For example, you could tell people to come to you for heals. And my personal favorite is when you don't have Mercy Res available and you press it on a teammate's soul, it would tell them that Res isn't available. So you don't have dumbass DPS players saying, oh, why didn't you res me? As you see right here, your ass tried to flank, and granted, if she didn't have the aim of a child with Asperger's, she probably could have killed the Echo. But if she has a Mercy pocket right here, she kills that Echo, she turns that team fight, and she's adding pressure from an off angle instead of all you dumbasses just standing main. Instead, what you're doing is standing main like a complete bot. Both you and your Kiriko just heal botting your diva. And I'm not even trying to be critical right now, but you and your Kiriko are hard throwing this game. The support lineup is why you're losing right now. Alright, Deranged, let's learn the word object permanence together, which is just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not there. Because you slept this Genji, you know he's to your left, and then you proceed to waste your nade when you know he's gonna dive you. Not only is Ana not the play here because they aren't doing enough damage to warrant double main heals, but if you can't even stay alive as Ana, what the fuck are you doing? This is my GM1 account, and as you can see, I have 13 hours as Ana. So by no means is this a small sample size, and my deaths per 10 is 2.5. I'm dying 5 or less times a game. That is how you thrive on support, because as the backbone, if you die, your whole team's gonna crumble like a bunch of dominoes. And then you switch to BAP, and I already know why. It's because, oh, my DPS aren't killing anything, so I have to do it myself. Deep down, I know you think you're doing something deranged. I know you think you're getting value on support. Well, let me bring you back to reality. The reason your DPS aren't doing what you're doing right now is because they don't have the luxury of self-heal and immortality. Right now, you are playing support as if you were a DPS main. This isn't what support is about. It's about lifting up your team and allowing them to play to the best of their ability. That's what should matter, not win or lose. As a support player, you succeed by allowing your team to play at their maximum potential. That should be your victory. This is the gameplay of a kid who got beat one too many times as a child, so they buy a Zim to fit in. They buy a Zim and they DPS BAP their way up to 4600 and call themselves good players. You're not a good player. You're a fraud. A fraud, goddammit. When you play support, you agree to a pact that you would do everything in your power to support your team no matter the cost. If my team needs a Mercy, god damn it, I'm going Mercy. I don't care if I pocketed my DPS the last 5 games and they dropped Valorant KDs. I will always be there to support my team. Basically, Deranged, what I'm trying to say here is next. Alright, y'all, this next one is from my boy Partially Cool. And this is a PC gameplay, but it does correlate to the last VOD. It's gonna show that there are times where you do need BAP's damage, and there are times to go DPS BAP, and the correct way to do it. It's Plat 3, and he says it's not anyone's fault, but there's definitely some mistakes from everyone. Pretty humble, not gonna lie. Some could say that you're partially cool. No? Okay. So in general, what I was seeing from your VOD of Partially Cool is that you have pretty good aim. Your overall skill is amazing. Your aim was pretty good. Your overall positioning was amazing. I'd say it was even master's level. Your nanos were okay. but this shows that it doesn't matter how well you play a hero. If it is not the pick, then no matter what you do, no matter how well you play, it's not gonna work. Now in this VOD, you are playing mistake-free Ana, but what you're doing is you're just heal botting. Now in Overwatch 1, that's basically all you had to do. If you don't believe me, try going to open queue. If you go in open queue and have more than one tank, any good support player will realize the difference, that you really don't have time to do anything else on support but heal because you have 2 fat tanks, and that's 5v5. Now imagine 2 tanks with 6v6, and this is a perfect example of how Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 play completely differently. You gotta do more. You gotta think outside the box as support. You gotta think of other things to do. And what went wrong in this game is the fact that you have Reaper, Genji. Your team in general has low damage for their enemy Ryan's shield, and the enemy has a shit ton of damage, so they are gonna win the Ryan duel. And that is why you lost this game, because you could have switched to BAP and added more damage to the enemy Ryan's shield. Not to mention you had another main healer, so you could have focused damage more than healing. Here are perfect examples of what I'm talking about. There are times where you need to utilize BAP's damage, and notice how it's not playing like a DPS. My DPS will focus on killing things. I focus on supporting my team, which is shredding the Ryan shield. And notice how my aim isn't the best when I try to shoot at squishies, but that isn't why I go BAP. I don't go BAP to frag out. You don't need good aim to target a big ass shield or target a big ass tank. So partially cool, I'm not gonna go too hard on you because you're pretty cool, but your positioning is amazing, your aim is amazing, but you gotta learn to switch, and you need to realize when you're heal botting and what more you can do as support. So I can't approve your VOD, I'm sorry, because I guarantee if you go BAP, you change the tide of this game. Anyways, let's go on to the next VOD. Alright, this next VOD is from the homie Raven, and we're back on console. He plays Mercy, and he said, "It was everything at once, bro. Brain dead Moira player, DPS unable to kill with pocket, clueless tank, Widow's existence, toxicity, etc. I think I accidentally joined a team with Elon's test monkeys for the brain chip." Not gonna lie, Raven, I'm probably not gonna take it easy on you because that's quite the ego. You seem very confident that it wasn't your fault, so without further ado, let's get into the VOD and see if it's fact or cap. Alright, my boy, first thing you want to do is tell your ass to get his ass to GameStop and buy a new controller, because boy, what the hell. Alright, let's look at the team comp here. First, Mercy is the play. You have a main healer for your tank. You have hit scan. Beautiful. I love the Mercy pick. Alright, Raven, the main issue I had with your VOD is the fact that your Mercy movement is lacking. And a huge part of being a good Mercy is having good movement. So let me tell you something. The reason your Mercy movement is probably bad is because your sensitivity is so slow. Now let's look at my sensitivity. I think this is the fastest it can get on console, and the reason I have it this fast is because you don't need to aim on Mercy. So tell me, Raven, why the fuck is your sensitivity so goddamn slow? Having high sensitivity will allow you to look around and keep tabs on where your team is and where they're positioned, because in your gameplay you seem pretty brain dead. You like focus on the person you're pocketing and don't look around for your other DPS. As Mercy, you need to be a scout, because let's be honest, it doesn't take any fucking brain cells to play that hero. So you should have your ping bound and be pinging, because you should be playing like a scout, constantly looking around and pinging shit. So obviously I don't expect you to use my sensitivity out the gate. So what you want to do is turn these 3 to default, which is 100, 150, and then for your aim smoothing and aim ease, and put that to 0. And I am sick and tired of you controller players having the same slow ass brain dead sense, giving us controller players the bad reputation that we need slow sensitivity to abuse aim assist, and then wonder why you can't aim without experimenting with other options. So I highly recommend you guys try out linear ramp. Now I highly recommend you change this, because with dual zone it feels like there's so much resistance on the thumbstick, whereas linear ramp and having 0 smoothing and aim ease and makes you feel more free and makes you have more control of your thumbstick. But when you change these settings, it will make your sensitivity faster. So what you want to do is go up to your original sense, your horizontal and vertical, and whatever you had that before, you might want to tune that down. Now let's take an example of your bad movement where you were moving like you had the brain of an orangutan. Actually, are monkeys pretty smart? Are apes and monkeys even the same things? I don't fucking know, bro. I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I was smart. Alright, we're in the practice range, and as you guys know, Mercy's GA got nerfed for the backwards movement by like 20%. So what you want to do is fly to someone 180, and that is where the fast sensitivity comes in, and then directional GA forward. That is how you should be backing up as Mercy, instead of doing what you did, which was just walking in a straight line. In this instance, you know they have a Widow. This is just you being brain dead. You should know most Widow players hide up on that little high ground. So why are you just walking in a straight line in her line of sight? And right here, you struggled to aim on on Mercy. I'll be damned if someone who can't even aim on Mercy submits a VOD to me, acting like it's their teammates' fault. I gotta say, Raven, I'm not impressed. I'm not fucking impressed right now. And this segment showcases your awareness, where you see your Ash's top right, and any good Mercy would have known how to get to their Ash without the Ash peeking, because again, the Ash isn't your fucking babysitter. It's your job to utilize your movement to get up to her. Instead, what you do is you go on point, throw caution to the wind, risk your life for no reason, and then also you don't even look at your Ash. You saw her top right half health and you just totally forget and don't even bat an eye to her. The higher you climb in ranks, the more crucial this will prove to be, because you cannot leave your DPS low for that long. And this is like goal awareness, so I don't think I have to say it, but Raven, you are not getting approved. So let's run through it. You got to work on your Mercy movement, which in turn will help your positioning, and then you got to work on being aware and constantly looking around, which again, the high sensitivity will help you with. So yeah, Raven, I'm highly disappointed that you submitted this VOD. I don't really know what to say to you anymore, but let's just go to the next VOD. All right, this one's from the homie Zay, and he plays